Love is a beautiful thing. Who doesn't love love? See, there are so many of us, especially women, who can sit down and watch telenovelas, read novels that are just about love stories. Love is such a beautiful thing. It just gives you those butterflies and that soft feeling of knowing that everything is going to be all right in the world as long as there is love in it. But as with everything in life, there is a downside to love, a very, very, very dangerous side. And that is what I would like us to talk about today. The danger of love can be summed up in one concept, and that is mental blindness. Love creates so many good things, the feeling of butterflies, the release of dopamine every time you see the person you love, that satisfaction, that knowing that as long as I'm with this person, I'm at peace in the world, everything is good for me. But love also creates blindness, mental blindness. Whenever you feel so good about something, it inures you to the dangerous things that are going on around the world. You just don't see them. You don't feel them. Because you feel safe and like you're in a cocoon, you're oblivious to the fact that there are other things that could be going on that are dangerous for you or that are bad for you. And that is what mental blindness is. Love deals with your heart and your emotions, and having an emotional high has a way of shutting down your logic gates. So most times, love and logic don't go together. When you're with somebody you really, really love, you're not going to be thinking logically. In fact, any kind of emotional state hampers your ability to think logically. If you are very hurt, most likely you're not going to think logically about your next actions. If you are very angry, if you are very worried, you're going to act emotionally rather than thinking logically. Only very few people who have developed emotional intelligence and the ability to harness their own emotions can find that balance between being in a high emotional state and not acting on those emotions. So love is one of those things. And love in itself, because it's not an emotion that makes you feel bad, it makes you feel safe. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel at peace. It brings with it all the good things, is particularly dangerous when it comes to logical thinking. This can help you understand why a young girl is dating somebody and everybody can see that this guy is not good for you. But she's so enamored by him, she's so enthralled by him, she's so caught up in the emotion of love for that man that she cannot see his flaws. She's just encapsulated by his love that she cannot see his flaws. And anything that helps you to cement that love prevents you from seeing the danger of the situation that you are in. So you find people who stay in abusive relationships, whether financially abusive, physically abusive, verbally abusive, and you're just wondering, why is this lady, can't you see that you're being abused? The truth is that she can see it, but those circumstances of abuse are dissociated from the everyday feeling of love that she's getting from that person. And so most times a relationship is not 100% abusive. There are a lot of things that her partner could be doing to make her feel safe. In some ways, maybe he's offering financial safety, social safety. Maybe sometimes he is even offering her emotional safety in the sense that the beatings or the abuse is a one-off event for which he comes back in tears, crying and expressing his love for her in other ways, because all she needs is for that feeling of love to be validated. The minute it is validated, even in the least degree, it cancels all the abuse that she has gone through. It cancels all the negative feelings. And that's how you find people staying in such relationships for so long. So what can you do if you're in love with somebody and you find out that you may be blind to their bad side? What can you do to save yourself? Number one, never ever give up all your relationships for the sake of being in love. Maintain your relationships. Maintain your relationships with your family. Maintain your relationships with your friends. Any love relationship that you get into that is forcing you to give up all your other relationships is a potential red flag relationship. You should be comfortable enough, even though you are in love, to maintain other relationships. If you can't, then you're in a dangerous spot. Which brings me to my second point. The reason why you want to maintain those relationships is because they are watchers for you. They are the people that will tell you if something is off. Remember that most times your family and friends have been there all through your life and they watch out for you. They are the ones that love you the most, especially your family. Your family didn't choose you. You are naturally part of it. And so you guys are together through thick and thin most of the time. So that is one set of people that usually have your best interest at heart, and they will protect your interest in any given situation. If your family and your friends are all noticing something about this love relationship you are in, it's time to take a step back and look at it objectively. When they keep mentioning the same thing or pointing out the same thing about this your love interest, take a step back. Temporarily let those love blinkers fall off your eyes and try and look objectively at the things that you are being told. More often than not, there is truth to it. If everybody around you is saying the same thing about somebody you love, they are more likely to be right than you are, because you are most likely blinded by love. So be careful. The other thing you can do, which takes more time, is that you have to develop your emotional intelligence. You have to heighten your logic gates. Never ever overcome your logic gates by an emotional gate. Let me repeat that again. You must never overcome a logical argument with an emotional argument. If logic is telling you something, you can see all the points, all the logical points lining up to it. And the only point to overcome all those things is an emotional of, but he loves me, but he's a nice guy, but you're most likely in a dangerous situation. Follow your logic. Follow your logic. Many times your sixth sense is logical. Your sixth sense is awakening something in you and giving you logical reasons to take a second look at what you are doing. I'm not saying that you should succumb to fear, but logic will always trump over emotions. Now, one mistake we make oftentimes is that we look at logic only from the physical viewpoint. If you're a very spiritual person, then you will know that there's spiritual logic. And so the logic you gain, especially from the scriptures, when you can see something written plainly in the scriptures, don't try and overcome that with an emotional argument. You will be putting yourself in a dangerous zone and in a position to tell yourself, I told you so. Just understand that love, the nature of love itself, the nature of love and romantic relationships, the nature of love between a man and a woman creates mental blindness. There are things you will not see until time has passed on it. And that's why they sometimes say love is blind, but marriage is an eye-opener. Because when you get married, you're settling into the reality of things. You're not living on the emotional high anymore. You are getting into the everyday life. And then you will see things that you did not see before. So when you're in a heightened state of love, remember that your mental capacity is a bit dampened. I hate to break it down. I know how it would sound, but most times your mental capacity is dampened. Your ability to think logically, your ability to be smart and to notice danger is greatly hampered just by the nature of that relationship that you are in. So put things around you that can help you take sensible decisions, especially people, and never ever try to overcome logical facts by an emotional argument. Did you learn something from this video? Tell me in the comments. Remember to like, to share, and definitely remember to subscribe to my channel. Till I come your way again next time. Ciao.